as you can see, we're sort of making some headway with the construction. So thanks to my brother-in-law, he was able to provide me with a couple of pallets. So if we can see down, this is what's forming the base of the racing cab. And then what I've done is covered it in like an all-weather felt. There's boards underneath. I should have pointed that out to give it a sturdy surface. So I mean, like I have no problem walking on it. It's pretty damn solid. That was me jumping up and down on it. Sorry. So yeah, I'm very happy with how that's ignore that bit. The jigsaw got away from me. I'll fix that with the sander later. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the base has turned out. So it's actually a pallet and a half. When we got the 2 pallets back, 2 pallets was far too big. I mean, look how much space it's actually taking up. If I sort of step myself back a good bit here, so you can see, yeah, there's quite a lot of room being taken up by it. But like that bench there that I'm using to mount the wheel, that's going to be moved, so we'll get a bit of space back once everything is constructed. So this is our base, like I said, for the driving cab. I'm heading up to a breaker's yard, hopefully at the weekend here. We're going to get a chair, if I can find a decent one. It's going to sit around here somewhere. We'll hopefully be able to get it on runners so we can move it back and forth. I'll find somewhere for the pedals and a mounting point for the steering wheel. They're probably going to be static, and then the chair will move back and forth. And then at the end here, I will have what do you call it, a stand or a pole that I'm going to mount the monitor or the TV to, depending on which one I can get my hands on. So I don't want to put the monitor up until the chair's in place, because I kind of want to see where your eye line's going to be. So yes, this is as far as I can get for now until I get the chair in place. But not too shabby, we're getting there. That's some progress. Anyway, I will be back once we get the chair, and we'll see how that looks, see how much work is involved in mounting it. It's going to take a little bit of time. I don't expect to get this done within a week or anything like that. It's going to take a little bit of time, so you'll probably get little update videos like this every now and then just to see how we're getting on. But I'm happy. Yeah, so far so good. What do you think? So, trip to the breaker's yard was a bit of a bust, but my dad found a chair that was getting chucked out from one of the work vans. So it actually looks really cool. It's one of the ones that has the seat belt sort of built into it, so adds a wee bit of realism. It's just sitting at the moment, but you can see it's just sitting on like two wee struts. But I intend to build like a ski run for it in the middle, like a runner that will allow it to slide back and forth, and then a wee locking pin system to adjust your seat. So it's not really in the right position at the moment. It's probably going to go a bit further back. I just want to give a wee bit of a gap so until I get rid of this, and then people can, you know, get in and out easier. So yeah, I'll move it back a little bit, and then the idea would be we sit. Yeah, so screen right there somewhere, just yeah, and then of course I can, you know, get my seat belt. Just oh, here, look at that. You know, safety first, and then oh, it's a wee bit stiff actually, but yeah, I could get that round. It is a wee bit stiff, that. Okay, I will adjust that. So it's probably gonna go sort of, yeah, look at that. There we go. I'll have a look at that. So probably gonna go back. The furthest I'd want it back would be about here, I reckon. So that'll be the end of my runner. Middle position about there. So another like another half a foot back, I would say. Then I don't know, like one second. I'm just gonna put this into place because I want to have a little we'll have a little look. Alright, so I've disconnected the pedals from the rest of the wheel because I wanted to see whether or not I needed to put this on like a wedge or anything. So say I'm sitting like that. It will need to be stuck into place, I guess. Even on this stuff it moves, but I don't think so. I think it's a decent enough angle. Yeah, it is just springing up or springing out when I move my foot, but I think it would be okay just as it is, and then we'll put it in place. Actually, it has a wee bit of a thing on here. Does that make it a wee bit stickier? Not really. It still moves as I bring it up. Well, a wee bit. If I keep my foot there, but I'd want it in place, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would want it in place. So yes, I'll probably get something to keep it. Yeah, to keep it in place, and then I'll have a mount that will probably arch over it, where the steering wheel will sit here. Yep. Boom, boom. And then the monitor will be there. So I think we're coming along all right. I'm happy with the chair. It's comfortable. I think it'll work well as a little driving seat for this thing. Yeah, cost me absolutely nothing, so can't complain with that. All right, on to the next step. So we're making good progress with everything. Sorry about the noise out there. It's a wee bit of a work getting done on the street. So you can sort of see it over my shoulder now. So we've got a what do they call this? A C table. I'd never heard of that before. So yeah, we've got a C table down here. Now everything is just sort of sitting in place. I will at some stage put the chair on the runners, put the table, bolt it down to the ground, and things like that. The one bad thing I'll show you, just with regards to the table here, the material it's made out of. I don't know if you can kind of see it on the camera. So it's like a almost like a porous kind of stuff, but the suction cups for the wheel don't stick. I've wetted it, I've used soapy water and all the rest of it, just it won't stick. And the wheel itself is heavy on that end, so it kind of won't sit, you know, on its own, which is a bit of an annoyance. So got a few ideas in mind of how to get that stuck into place, but everything is looking quite well. So I mean, there's my pedals. Like I say, I'm going to get that the seat tables are bolted in place on here. The chair will eventually be on a runner system, so you can move yourself back and forth to adjust. The wheel I will get bolted down onto the table, so the only thing that's going to be adjustable will be the chair. Everything else will be in place, and then the monitor will sit around there. But I'm kind of happy with how everything's coming along. So there we go. Next bit is to get the monitor stand and the monitor in place. And Raspberry Pis at the moment are like fucking hen's teeth. So I might actually be able to get this all built and then not be able to get a core. So we'll see how that goes. So that's where we are with everything at the moment. Last things to do is to get the monitor stand. So that'll go out in front of me. We'll get a monitor or TV, whichever I can sort of get my hands on, get that mounted. Once we have everything in place, I'm going to line everything up, sort of the stand here for the wheel, the chair that I'm on. Make sure everything is in a good line, and then we will bolt or fix everything in place. The Raspberry Pi is going to prove difficult because they're just not in stock at the moment. They have been in and out fairly quickly. It's difficult for people to get them back into stock, so I don't really want to use my Batacera one because I still want to work on that. So I'm going to keep trying and get my hands on one, but it may come down to, you know, using something like that. But I've still got time because I don't have the mod or anything like that. Once everything is set up and we get the Raspberry Pi, then it'll just be down to config. So that might take a while, depending on what games I kind of want to get set up. Definitely want to get Daytona and ones that I have over on that machine running. So I'll do the same sort of config on there, and then I can just keep adding games as I find them. So if anyone does have any suggestion on either MAME, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1 as well, I guess, any of those kind of racing games that work really well on a Raspberry Pi, fire them my way. I will give them a look. I'm probably going to add them into the cab, do my config on them and see how they play. So I'd love to hear people's favorite suggestions, ones that would probably work well on the wheel. I know people have suggested like Super Hang-On and things like that, and on a wheel, I just don't know. Super Hang-On's meant to be played with like proper motorbike controls. I'll maybe give it a go, see how it plays, but I'm not 100% sure on it. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me on this, guys. Hopefully maybe just one more part to this if I can get the last little pieces, and then we'll do some gameplay video off it. So see you again very soon. Bye for now.